Hello and welcome back. Don't talk about my nails. I know they're gross. Welcome back to part 2 of houseboating recap. If you're wondering about my thumb, I think I sprained it. No, I do not know how. I really don't know. I think I sprained it because I looked it up on Google. It hurts really bad. Yay! Oh, Harry's concerned. Look at him. He's so worried. Oh, long time no see. Just kidding. Not really. So today we're talking about day 2 of the houseboating trip. We're moving on to day 2 and lo and behold, disaster strikes again. I love it here. Disaster strikes again. Disaster strikes again. Disaster strikes again. Disaster strikes again. Second day, wake up. Birds are chirping. Sun is shining. Water's looking beautiful, of course. And this is the day where we're supposed to spend the whole day on the houseboat and, like, you know, just jumping off, doing a bunch of activities, having a grand old time. And, you know, day starts out great. So we're just heading out to the middle of the lake again and letting the fun begin. We're jumping off the boat again, hanging out, chatting it up. When we're out in the middle of the lake, we're not gonna leave it running because when you're jumping off the boat, that's like obviously not safe, you know? So they turn off the boat. Of course, this is where things go fucking wrong. So a few hours later, they try to turn the boat back on, and of course this thing doesn't want to start. Because why would it ever? This boat sucks. This boat sucks real bad. They have to call maintenance again. So like some of us, they tried to turn the boat back on, it doesn't work. They keep trying to troubleshoot it, keep trying to do a bunch of things, and then it only gets better from here, guys. The fucking generator stops working. This is a bigger issue because there's fridges on the boat. It's like the worst thing that could ever happen. So they keep trying to turn it back on, and of course it doesn't work. So they call maintenance again. But you know what? The boat never ceases to make shit worse because the fuel line stopped working. And if you don't know what that means, that essentially means that every time they try to start the engine, the fuel line is pumping out fuel. And because the engine isn't starting and it's not recirculating back into the gas tank, it's leaking out into the lake. So essentially we're fucking polluting the lake. And because this issue keeps going on, some of us decide to hop onto the pontoon boat that's separate from the houseboat and just go on a little cute adventure around the lake. Apparently this is a man-made lake and we're just hanging out, going on a little adventure, exploring the lake, doing our own little thing. And in this time, someone suggested making a rope swing and with the docking lines, instead of just like going on like a little fun like adventure just to like explore the lake, now we're going on an adventure to find where we can set up a rope swing. And I was like, this is gonna be so sick. I didn't go on it because climbing up a hill is not for me. Nothing wrong with it, it's just not for me. But basically like two people, like they swam out, climbed up onto a hill and then climbed up this giant fucking tree and used the docking lines to like make a rope swing. And some people were like jumping off of it. Most people were just like jumping off the boat, hanging out, chilling, having a good time, hanging out with the floaties that we had. We were out there for like, who knows, probably like an hour or something. I don't know, to be honest. And then we were like, okay, we should probably like go back because like they're probably like wondering where we are. So we go back and we're checking. We see like the houseboat. It's like going. We're like, oh my god, it got fixed. Hallelujah. Girl, no, it didn't get fixed. It in fact was getting towed back to the shore. Because this hoe don't want to work. So we go back. So we were like, okay, nice. So we go back, drive around some more, and then we finally go back onto the houseboat. We were essentially supposed to play like Survivor themed games, you know? Almost every activity didn't happen because of the houseboat situation. So we were back on the boat having a grand old time, and there's a backflipping contest, which was really sick. And there was like some other boats like coming by. There's like these two people on a boat and they had the cutest dog. But yeah, backflipping contest and people jumping off the boat some more. Then we head back to shore and there's a scavenger hunt. Of course, I find nothing. After the scavenger hunt is like basically almost over, some of us are like, let's go out and just float on the water, get some floaties, hang out. And all of a sudden I understand the hype around lazy rivers. I used to think that was like so lame. I was like, why would you want to float around in a pool? Like, that's weird and that's boring. No. Suddenly, I've never felt more peaceful in my entire life. Suddenly, this is what paradise feels like. Suddenly, I'm having the best time of my life. Like, all of a sudden, I've never been more peaceful. All of a sudden, I have no more obligations. All of a sudden, I basically live in the water. Like, all of a sudden, I'm having the best time of my life. You know, like, this was actually peak. All around great time, even though the boat was literally a shit show and a half. It was a really good trip. I had a good time. So, for the moment we've all been waiting for, let's get into the footage. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Houseboating 2025 may have been a literal disaster. It was so much fun nonetheless. There is one last thing. I just want to like have a little chit chat with my gal pals. Like just talk about my experience a little bit more surrounding ski club and all that. Basically joined ski club in like the middle of the year and I'm like graduating, so I'll be here for like another year, and I kind of just wanted to yap about my experience a little bit more. Been having a lot of fun, and I'm like being able to just be in this club has been like a really amazing experience for me. But like being social and like trying to make friends is something that I've always like really struggled with. It's just always been really hard. Ever since I came to college, I've just been like trying to like push myself to like go out and like do more social things, be more social, like just have more experiences. It's been like nice joining the ski club because I've just like had a few people tell me like some way or another they're really glad that I like decided to stick around for the club. They're really happy that I'm like still part of this club, and I'm like, they're happy I'm still showing up and I'm still here, and that means a lot to me because it's just so hard for me to do stuff like this because I have like a really big fear of like people not liking me, and I can always tell when like people don't like me and like people don't want me around and stuff, and it's like it gets like really difficult. I want to be social and I want to do social things, and like I have like a limited social circle. It just makes it really hard to show up to things and like certain events when you can just tell like when people don't like you, and for whatever reason, maybe just like sometimes like your personalities just don't mesh, or like you're just growing and changing in ways that are different, and you know you might have aligned at one point, you're just not as aligned anymore. I'm just talking about this very broadly because this applies to like lots of situations I've had in my life, and it just makes it really hard to do certain things sometimes because like you want putting myself out there and keep going, but like you're dealing with something like that, it makes it really hard to just like not want to be like secluded from everybody and just kind of like want to give up and be like, well, I made this like great connection, this great relationship, all of a sudden I have to give it up. Like why do I even want to try anymore? It's just not fair, and this is just it's just really difficult for me all around to kind of want to keep doing things, so I'm trying to like push myself with it, but this is just really difficult because I had like a whole plan for like next year of like how I wanted to like move on with my life post grad, what I wanted to do, this channel with ski club and just like other stuff, but a lot of my plans have changed recently. I'm still gonna be here another year, still gonna be a part of ski club. It's just really hard to do things that just feel like they don't fit my life anymore, and it's kind of hard to accept that like maybe I just wanted to do something because I felt like I had to, not because I really wanted to do it, and just like not doing it for the right reasons, whether it's like school or work or where you live or even like your hobbies. Sometimes I feel obligated to like certain things when I just don't. Maybe this is not relatable, but like I just start to like convince myself that like I should like this thing and I should want to go after this, and like I should want to pursue this like certain thing, and like the best way I can explain it is like I hate spinach. Like I literally don't like spinach, and like I've never liked spinach, but for so long I just felt like I should like spinach, and so I was like, okay, well maybe I need to switch it up. I was like, let me cook like fresh spinach, let me put it in smoothies, let me try it raw, let me put it in like an omelet, just essentially trying so many different things to make spinach work, trying to force myself to like spinach. And then like there's obviously like certain situations where like, yeah, like spinach is fine in like a smoothie. You can't taste it in a smoothie, so like who cares? There's other things like eating it raw in a salad. I cannot get behind that. I tried for so long because I was just convinced that I was supposed to like spinach. For whatever reason, I just felt like that was something I had to do. This is like a metaphor for a lot of things, but I'm also genuinely directly talking just about spinach and like how much I literally hate spinach. But essentially what I'm trying to say is it's okay to want certain things for your life and have like certain goals for yourself, have like a whole plan. Like I have a whole plan for how I want my life to go. I know you're like probably thinking like, what does this random rant about spinach have to do with anything? The reason that I'm saying this is because this like applies figuratively and literally to my life. And what I'm trying to say is that I just have a really hard time going places or like doing certain things and showing up to places where essentially I just feel like I'm just not wanted, and like it can be really difficult because like nobody wants to feel like they're excluded or like nobody wants them around or like nobody wants them to be there. Whenever you put yourself in like social situations, you're opening yourself up to like a sense of rejection, and that can be really difficult. It's just kind of like social situations are just like hard for me to deal with all around, and just kind of like feeling like nobody actually likes me, but nobody would ever directly say to you that they don't like you because like that's rude, but you can just like tell. And so the way that I've been able to deal with this is just knowing that not everyone's going to like what I'm doing and not everyone's going to like me. And the way I've been able to deal with it is from this like quote I heard someone say one time, which is, it's better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for who you're not. And for me that just helps to kind of bring me a lot of peace during this like time of like major uncertainty and having to deal with this sense of rejection almost. I really hope that you guys are willing to stick around on this next part of my journey as this chapter closes and we open up a new one. We're on to bigger and better things, and we're gonna keep it running. Thank you all so much for the support. I love all of you, and if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's keep it going and let's get to 500 subscribers, and I will see all of you on the flippity flop.